Hi guys, Football-ManagerYouthDevelopment.co.uk here. Welcome back to our next episode in the West Ham Survival Series. In this episode we're going to be playing a game against Crystal Palace. Now hopefully we're going to win this game, having come off the back of a few decent results. If you didn't see the last episode, we played against Chelsea and we held them to a 1-1 draw right up to the end of the game, but unfortunately Chelsea got a goal right at the end. To be honest, the draw probably wasn't deserved, but I certainly would have taken a point at the beginning of that game. The squad for today's game against Crystal Palace has been picked, and I don't believe I showed you this guy in the last episode, but we managed to get Fabio Dapparella on loan from Palermo. Now, as you can see here, his best position is a limited fullback according to this, but I'm just having a look at his crossing ability, and certainly he's going to be really important trying to get the crosses in. I do also think as well that he's got fantastic work rate, really good teamwork. Obviously, you can see his pace and acceleration here. 16 and 15 pace, really good natural fitness, stamina. Pretty much most of the things I tend to look for in my left backs, or full backs really. And in terms of his tackling, that's really good as well. So I do have quite big hopes for this kid, and I think he should do quite well. If we do kind of struggle, we might need him just to cover on the wing. He can certainly fulfill that position as well, that I do believe. So yeah, having a look at the team. Got Jenkinson in at right back, Reed and Tompkins as centre backs. We've got Ravel Morrison, whose form you can see here is 7.50, so he's absolutely playing out of his skin at the moment. Mark Noble's form has really dipped recently, but I don't particularly have anybody else to fill in his position. I was hoping to maybe play Kevin Nolan in today's game, but I thought with an 84% condition, I just thought that was a little bit too low really. To warrant him placing the starting lineup. And most of the other kind of centre midfielders, we're not exactly too blessed in that area at the moment. Potentially what I'm hopefully looking to do is get Valencia as fit as possible. He might be able to maybe Alpha Matano, although he has done quite well for us. I think Valencia is certainly going to be a much better player. And if we can look to get Valencia in the team as quickly as possible, hopefully get Kevin Nolan back as well, then I think the team's going to start looking pretty strong. We'll just have a really quick look at the league table just before we go into this game. So a win today will put us on 15 points. We need to try and start closing this goal difference up as well. You can see here in 21 games that we've scored 42 goals. We've scored 17 goals but conceded 42. But just recently we have been scoring quite a few. I don't as well remember if I showed you guys this game as well. We beat Blackburn in the FA Cup third round and we managed to win that one 3-1. I do believe in the next round, we got Plymouth away. So in theory we should do quite well in that. I'm just looking to probably go as far as I can in the FA Cup, just try and it's going to be a way to sort of really build momentum with this team, and it'd be good to sort of focus on a cup competition as well during the survival series. So we'll get into the team and the game today. So I just need to give a number to Dapparella, and we'll see how we get on. So we can see here that Crystal Palace are in 13th. They're not exactly kind of too far away from the relegation zone, and all it would take was a couple of wins from the teams below them to sort of catch up with them. So that's certainly what we need to be doing, or looking to do in this team anyway. What I'm going to be doing, we're going to go for Get Revenge, and we can see here that that's motivated many of the players already. I'm also going to go passionately and tell them that I've got faith in the players as well. So we can see how much of a difference to the morale this is making of the players. A lot of the players are on quite, either very good or superb morale now. There's a few that's not too good. Hopefully once Dapparella if we can win this game, which would obviously be fantastic, hopefully he'll sort of improve his morale and build up a little bit of kind of form and things like that as well, which is obviously what we want him to do. I'm going to go more flexible in this game because we're at home, and I think we can certainly match Crystal Palace in terms of how good we are and how good they are. I certainly do think that's something that we'll be able to do. So let's crack on with this game. So another rainy day by the looks of things in London. So we've got a corner here which we put across. So Ravel Morrison on the ball here, gets it back over to Noble, and Sacco does manage to get his head on it, but Julian Speroni manages to pick up the loose ball from the header. And massive boot up the field by the Crystal Palace goalkeeper. I don't really know why we left that massive gap in the middle of the defence, and that was quite worrying, especially with the pace of Dwight Gale. The good thing about Crystal Palace, they do obviously have a hell of a lot of pace up front with Zaha and Gale. We do need to be quite physical in this game, I do believe. So Alpha Matano's running with the ball here really nicely and onto Sacco. Hopefully that's not offside. Excellent. So yeah, it's not offside. I was just double checking. But yeah, we do go 1-0 up here, guys, within the first, about 3.5 minutes. So Alpha Matano, low cross, which is exactly what I want. And then Sacco, who's been on really, really good form recently, manages to smash that in the back of the net for his 10th goal of the season. So fantastic start here for us. And we just need to kind of keep it up, really. Considering we have, we beat Liverpool recently, we beat a few other teams. Obviously, the Chelsea result wasn't, kind of too great, but, we weren't really expected to get too much from that game anyway. So that's absolutely fine. I'm just going to kind of leave things as they are at the minute. Obviously, we just saw that Crystal Palace had a pretty good chance then, but obviously it wasn't one that they managed to take, and our goalkeeper managed to get a really good save. For anybody that's just watching this episode for the first time, in the sort of comments below this video, I have put a link to the playlist. All the episodes of this series are in a playlist, and that's probably going to be the best place to watch all these episodes. So coming into half time now, we're 1-0 up here. So I think in general we've not really done that well, as weird as it sounds. So I am going to say I'm far from pleased, only because I want to just G all the players up now. What I want is for the players to look fired up. So anybody that's not fired up, I'm just going to do that just to make sure they're fired up. So Zarate as well, I'm going to be assertive and just say I'm not happy. And we can see here that the whole team is now fired up, which is perfect and exactly what we want. So yeah, I will leave things as they are. I do think that our defence is getting a lot better. I certainly do think Crystal Palace, they are more than capable of scoring against us, but I'm pretty confident at the moment that our defence is, pretty solid. So we should be able to do okay. When we start getting to about the 65th, 70th minute, we'll look to change some of the tactics, just depending on how the game's going. So Zarate, he's offside, unfortunately, and it hits the side net. And so, yeah, we're coming up to the time of the game when I was looking to make some changes. So Ravel Morrison's pretty knackered. I'm going to just cancel looking for the overlap. And then what I'm also going to do is just take off Ravel Morrison. I think it's going to be probably a good idea to put Kevin Nolan there and then just swap them two guys over. So Nolan can be the more kind of creative guy, and Kevin Nolan can just sit in the middle of the park. I don't think there's too much else I really want to change at the moment. What I might do, how good's Daparella playing? So 6.8. What I'm going to do as well, I'm going to bring on Aaron Cresswell for Zarate, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to swap Daparella with Cresswell. And I think Daparella is going to be best on the support function, because we mentioned at the beginning of this episode, he's got his tackling of 14, really, really good work rate as well. And so I do really think he's going to be able to help out Cresswell down that left-hand side. We'll make them substitutions, and yeah, hopefully we can just kind of lock up shop almost and just take this 1-0. That would be pretty perfect for me. I'm just going to go to standard. We're on flexible at the moment. Going to go drop down to structured. When we get pretty much to the end of the game, I'm going to just look to make a couple more changes as well. Looks like we just dropped down to 20th, so that might potentially mean that we... shit. That's a shame. I really, really could have done with that goal. Offside, unfortunately. That was Daparella, our left midfielder. Well, he's playing at left midfield now, but... Come on. Yes. So Winston Reid has put that in the back of the net. That's his first goal, and fingers crossed we're going to keep a clean sheet here, guys. So yeah, we'll just watch this goal actually just before I make any changes. So yeah, Sacco tried the shot, the goalkeeper spilt it, and the ball luckily landed to Reid, and he smashed that one into the back of the net. So that pretty much to me is game over now. I will make a really, really quick substitution, and I'm going to bring on Valencia just to make sure he's getting his fitness up. Yeah, that'll do. There's only a couple of minutes to go. I'll just press play. I just really want to make sure that we finish this game off as well, so I'm just going to change a few more things. Just to make sure it happens. It all obviously wastes time as well, so really, really happy with everything here. So for me, that was like a perfect victory. So we got a clean sheet. All of our defence has done really, really well. Our main striker got a goal and he did really, really well as well. And he managed to get an assist. And yeah, really, really good all-round performance. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to passionately just say that was a very nice victory. And I'm going to go to the post-match analysis. I'm going to prepare my team as well. So we can see we're up to 19th now, which is brilliant. So we are certainly climbing off the bottom of the table. Leicester just got thumped by Liverpool. What other results? Aston Villa, who are in 18th, they got absolutely thumped by Newcastle as well. Man City won 4-1 as well against Arsenal. So that's a massive result for them. So it looks like Man City are just gone top of the league, but potentially Chelsea might be able to catch them up when they... if they manage to beat Stoke. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to go into this game. So obviously we can see that Sacco is, how good's his motivation? His morale's really, really good. I don't know why all his attributes are dropping. That's quite worrying. But yeah, certainly still putting in the performances. Now, one thing that I really, really want to do here, just to make sure my defence knows that I'm happy about them and just to keep the morale of my defence up. So I'm going to speak to them. I'm going to praise the last game. And what I'm going to do, just tell him that his goalkeeping was good, so appreciate that. And I'm going to do that for all of the defenders. So I'm going to have a word with Cole Johnson as well. Whoops, wrong one. Cole Johnson, and I want to praise his... Oh, it's not letting me praise his last game for some reason. Let's have a look at Winston Reid. Yeah, don't know why it's doing that. It seems quite weird on this file. For some reason, sometimes I can praise the last game. Maybe it's because I might have done it quite recently, but my aim here is just to make sure that the morale of the players and the defenders is really, really good here. So yeah, I think that's about it really. So let's have a look who we've got in the next game. So yeah, wicked. We got the FA Cup game against Plymouth. I'll probably just play that off camera just to get that game done. And then we have got Southampton away, and Southampton are 8th in the league, and then we've got Hull, who are actually doing really, really well this season. They're in 7th position, but we are at home, so I will be certainly looking to win that game. And I think that's one that we are going to win. To be honest, I'm looking hopefully to get a couple of wins out of both these games. And Swansea, they're in 11th. Potentially we might be able to get another win there. Got Man United, that's going to obviously be tough. West Brom, hopefully we'll win that, and Sunderland as well. Literally, it's just all about getting the points now. So yeah, we're certainly creeping up now. And what's starting to happen here? So imagine if we get another couple of wins, all these teams here are going to be pulled into the relegation race with us, and obviously that's really, really good for us because at the moment we're just kind of obviously relying on ourselves, getting the points on the board. But once we do catch these teams up, we can sometimes afford to lose if the other teams lose as well, and that's a bit of a better position to be in rather than having to try and chase all these other teams and sort of rely on other teams basically. So yeah, I'm going to call this in the episode, guys. We will be back very, very soon for that next game. I'll probably record that one now, I think, just so that we can make sure that that's coming out as quickly as possible. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this episode, and of course do hit that like button to show your support for this series. And of course, subscribe to the channel and you'll be the first to watch these new episodes when they come out. Thanks for watching.